I'm here.
Okay. My coffee's almost done. I just put on a pot. So
Well, you've got four
but
red lights on this.
I wanted to tell you something about the meetup. The way that we normally put up shows is we send everybody a Zoom link, and then whoever's going to be a participant uh just goes into the link the way I did with you.
Yeah,
And then we record that, and then we put it up on YouTube.
yeah.
So I've I don't know how to do a live on Meetup. I don't think you can. So
Well, there we are.
so did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have to send me. Maybe
I'll
you'll
edit
have to.
this and I'll send you the file. You just upload it.
Yeah, okay. I don't need it by anyone. It's your idea, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, we'll just do it. I'll record this and it'll go out on basis. I can put it on basis the basis project on YouTube, which is the basis project censored.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
and
won't
I have a
censor it.
group.
Obviously, this. Okay.
Okay. And I have a group on Facebook
Yeah.
that's called Vancouver UFO Disclosure.
Yeah.
I'm not very active on it, but I could put it there too, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
we're
let me
in
grab my
record.
coffee.
Okay, this is a special edition to celebrate Vancouver UFO and a message from Mimi Nelson, who is Canadian, and over there, while I'm over here in Wiltshire, I'm going to say hello, Mimi in Vancouver. Take it away.
Hi, hi, Miles. And hi, everybody. I'm pre-recording this because I don't really know how to use Meetup anymore. I haven't really been on for 2 years, and Meetup has changed a lot. And I don't know all the bells and whistles anymore of how to do things on Meetup. So I'm pre-recording this, and the lovely Miles is helping me with it. It was his idea, but it's an idea that I've had for a while to address everybody and to tell you guys what's going on. So about 2 years ago, I got COVID, and then I got COVID again in December 2 years ago, December 22, and I just never recovered from that, from the second COVID that I had. And so I've been going through really, really terrible health issues the whole time, in and out of doctors, in and out of hospitals, having blood work, having other testing, having CT scans and MRIs and you name it. Anyway, it my body got really, really sick. Pretty much every organ in my body got sick after COVID. And as it turns out I don't have the definite proof yet. I'm working on that. I have some people working on it for me. But we're going to find out if I did get vaccinated without my consent, it looks like I did, um, during a hospitalization that I had. And so everything went to poop after that. And so at this point, I'm dealing with cancer. I'm dealing with a couple of different types of cancer, which I believe are a vax injury. I do believe that. It may not be. I am 71. People do get cancer, but there's just been too many mysterious things about this and the sudden downfall of or breakdown of my body with every organ involved. It just doesn't make any sense, especially because I already had a lung specialist that I was working with, that I've been working with for 4 years, who was definitely keeping an eye on my lungs. And so he would have known. But this came very, very suddenly upon me. And it makes me think that there's more funny business going on here than anything else. I know a lot of you have said to me, stick to UFOs. We don't like politics, but that was when we were in the middle of the thing. And we know a lot more now. We know a lot more about the vaccine and about the virus itself. And I don't think that we can stick our head in the sand anymore and say that nothing happened. Things happened. And I may lose my life because things happened. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with losing my life because I do believe in an afterlife very strongly, and I have really strong spiritual beliefs. So I'm not afraid of death, but I don't think it's fair to take a person that was in perfectly good health, with a good life, with on my mission, on my plan to do my mission, which is to inform the world of what happened to me and to many others that are abductees and contactees, that we are having contact with extraterrestrials, that has been happening for eons of time, and that the lie needs to stop. The lying about it needs to stop, because this is a time when, if there are benevolent extraterrestrials, we need them. We need them out in the open right now to help us with the technologies that we need, with the pollution. I mean, climate change, global warming, all of that is one tiny, tiny little speck of what's really going on with our ecology. Nobody talks about how damaged the soil is. Nobody talks about how damaged the water is, our air, all the pollution, that the chemicals that are being put in the air to block out the sun and to make people sick. It's got to stop. That's the thing that has to stop. And that was my mission, was to make it so clear in the world by bringing on guests that were talking truth, speaking truth, and saying their 2 cents and their little piece of the puzzle, so that we could all be informed and do. This is a consciousness revolution. It's not a revolution about guns. We couldn't win that. But consciousness, our consciousness needs to be together on the fact that we're on this planet, that we should love this planet. Look at how beautiful it is, and how a small faction of society is ruining it for everybody. And, the end game seems to be that most of us are gone from the planet, and only a certain group of people are allowed to have it. That they're allowed to have all the fauna and the flora on this planet, all the fish, all the birds, all the beauty. That's not fair. That's not fair. And I've always believed in fairness. So, the fact that I'm on my mission, that I was on my mission, and that that's been taken away from me, is the thing that really pisses me off, Miles. It's the thing that pisses me off. It's not the fact that I'm going to die, because I'm sure I'm going to go to the light, to my star family who are there, and my own family who are on the other side and communicate quite regularly with me. In fact, I've had several trips in the astral where I've seen the underworld, and I've seen a lot of the different places where people go. And it really depends on your own consciousness and what you believe in, where you go. That's where you go. So if you don't believe in anything, and you believe that it's a black box when you're dead, you probably do end up in a black box when you're dead, until slowly over time you realize, hey, I'm still conscious. So where am I? You know, and I think that we all go to our belief. If you believe in in the Jewish religion, you're going to go to that heaven. If you're a Catholic, you're going to go to that heaven. And I believe that we're all sparks of God, and that I'll go back to source, and whatever learning I still have to do, I'll be at that level. I don't see myself as being dead, but that's not the point. The point is that I was a healthy person with an intellect and talents, a story and a mission, and that's been taken away. And a family, my family is crying their eyes out because this is happening to me. And they don't believe the same things that I believe, or maybe as strongly as I believe them. But it's just totally it's totally put a stop to my life, because there are days when I can't even get out of bed, and that's all I got. That's all I got. It's just the energy to say to somebody, can you please cook me some eggs or bring me a cup of coffee? And my children are totally fantastic people. They're lovely, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful children, and they've been with me all the way. In this last 2 years, they couldn't have been better to me. And oh shit, I'm gonna cry. But it shouldn't be up to 40-year-olds to have to dedicate their life to a mother who was healthy and strong and stubborn and all the things that I am, and happy, to have to put their lives aside and not get married because mom is sick, and not go forward with travel plans. And my son travels the world, and he's taking he's an entertainer, and he's taking a breather. He's taking a job so he can be here with me, and when he could be all over the world doing his music. And my daughters too, they're all entertainers, and they're all staying home. Is that fair? No. And this disease, whether I was vaccinated or not, whether this is still a political issue or a nothing burger, the point is that the disease itself was so damaging to people. Whether it's a vaccine injury doesn't really matter. The spike protein has done a lot of damage, and it keeps reproducing in our bodies. The people who've been infected with it, I've listened to countless doctors who say that it's just not going to go away. The protein, it keeps reproducing itself in your body, and it keeps damaging tissue, organs, and eventually taking your life. That is not right. We need to have full disclosure on that, and we need to have full disclosure on the extraterrestrial presence in our world who might be able to help us with things like that. Now, some people think that it was the extraterrestrials that came up with this vaccine, and that we have a culling of the population every so often. Maybe that's true, but even if it is true, then we need to know that, and we need to know that we're in a spiritual war with forces that are much bigger than us. So what I have to say here, I'm not going to beleaguer this too much, but I want to say that I love you all. Everyone who's supported me and who's been on my show, and who've put in volunteer hours, and who've put in volunteer dollars and bought the t-shirts, and all my guests, like you, Miles. I'm Jesus Christ. I'm very thankful for everything you did for me. You were the first person who interviewed me and who believed me that this wasn't bullshit that I was talking about on the Basis Project. It gave me courage. It gave me courage to go forward and to try and continue the work that you and Carrie do. And 2 years ago, it was completely stopped on me. So I don't know. Well, maybe we were doing something right, because the forces that be didn't seem to want to have it go forward. Now, for people who don't know my story basically comes down to the fact that I was a child on Mars, and when Mars exploded into the things that happened to Mars, the children were brought to Earth. That's my story, and that's my big sin, to tell that many of us here on Earth are probably people from Mars. And I guess that's not a thing to tell. It seems like not a big deal to me, but some people might think that's a really big deal. And I have been targeted for coming out. I've been targeted in many, many ways. I don't usually like to speak of the negatives, but I could tell you for sure that I am a targeted individual, and that I've been targeted psychically and physically and mentally and medically for many, many, many years. But I still believe in source. I still believe in the light, and they haven't been able to sway me to the dark. So, that's my message to anyone who's going through this, or knows someone who's going through this kind of thing, is just don't give in. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight for your life, and for the truth. Um, Now, our friend Jeff Silver has told me that he wants to take over the group as organizer, and I'm happy to do that. If anyone else in the group wants to step forward and talk it over with Jeff, I don't really mind who takes over the group. I'd like to still be involved. Um, I don't want to be out of the group. I'd like to be with it, because I've been here since the beginning, when Brian and Jesse started the group. So I don't want to leave it. But I think that as an organizer, while I'm healing, it might be better for someone who's in a stronger health to actually take the group and do and keep going with what we started, and keep going with the one story at a time, to do the disclosure that we need to do. Um, so please contact me. You can contact me at mimi@vancouverufo.com. Anyone who is interested in taking on the reins, either as co-organizer, organizer, or as part of the team. I think we need to put the team together again. And if you're all okay with Jeff taking over, then he's the only one who stepped up at the moment, who wants to be the organizer for it. Um, right now it's under my bank account, and I really, I have so many expenses with this illness that I really can't. Uh, I really can't support the group financially anymore. So it would go to someone else's bank account, credit card, whatever. And it's about $30 a month, so it's not really a lot. And I'm going to continue with the YouTube channel, Vancouver UFO TV. I am going to continue that, and I would still like to work with the meetup group and put your videos up on my channel. I will be doing some other things on the YouTube channel, which are going to be following my illness, and trying to find out as much as possible about COVID, about cancer, and about the things that are going on biologically, with all the disease and illness that's going on our planet. So I am going to change my focus a little bit, as well as I will be talking about and inviting doctors that are doing alternative treatments, people that are trying to cure cancer with food and with supplements and different protocols. So my focus is changing a little bit from the UFO thing to the what I consider to be the most urgent problem on Earth right now, and that is that our youth is being affected. The fact that young women have PCOS and can't have babies. The fact that young men are losing their testosterone and can't have babies, and we need to continue the human family. We don't need to be bringing in millions and millions of people to fill our jobs. We just need to make it so that people are healthy and wanting to have families again, and having it affordable. in some places in Europe. I think in Hungary is one of the places where they're offering just amazing benefits to women who are willing to have children and willing to be the moms. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I have 3 children, and it's been the biggest honor of my life to raise those people that are talented and artistic and fantastic artists in their own right. So anyway, that's all I have to say. I just want to say thank you all for supporting me, and please contact me and let me know if you're interested in taking up the torch. Okay? And thank you, Miles, for everything that you do.
You are my inspiration. You are wonderful and a leader and an inspiration. And thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Miles. Goodbye, everybody. Love you.